Hi, agency representatives. This is Jamie Parker, Director of Field Education. We look forward to seeing you tomorrow at the 30th Annual Field Agency Marketplace. What you're looking at on the screen is a snapshot of where the event will take place. It's in the Houston room, which is where it was last year, on the U of H main campus, in the Student Center South building. There's a parking garage. It's called the Welcome Center Parking Garage at the corner of Calhoun and University Boulevard. So you'll come in off University Boulevard, and then you can pull in front of the Student Center near where the yellow star is located on the screen. The top circled location is the building where the event will take place, and there's a circle drive in front where you can pull in and drop off materials. We're going to have a couple of volunteers who can try and help grab stuff if you need assistance with your stuff instead of walking it over from the parking garage. Otherwise, you'll come in on University Boulevard, take a left on Calhoun, and then pull into the visitor parking area of the Welcome Center garage. You'll walk across the street. There's two entrances to the Student Center South. On the bottom map, you can see there's two black arrows pointing in. So you can either come in to the sort of far right of the building, and then there's an elevator there that will take you to the top floor, or you can come in near the Circle Drive and take the elevator up to the top floor where Marketplace will take place. So we will be giving each agency 2 parking validations if you have 2 cars and 2 representatives with you. If you're just bringing 1 car, then we will give you 1 parking validation. But if you've got 2 cars, we will only be giving you up to 2 parking validations. So it would be good to try and carpool. Otherwise, there is a cost for the visitor parking when you're on campus. You'll pull into the parking garage and pull a ticket, and then we'll give you a parking validation to use on your way out. What you're looking at is a picture from a prior marketplace in the Houston room. So this is what the setup will look like. There will be rows of tables. We have about 87, 88 agencies who have signed up to attend Marketplace. So most all of the tables will be full. So you can bring with you your marketing materials. I would suggest bringing a sign-up sheet for specific interview times so students can sign up for the time that they want to interview with you. You can also bring any sort of giveaways or candy or anything that you'd like to have at your table. There will be 2 chairs at each table. You can bring a tablecloth. We will have the name of your agency on a piece of paper sitting on the table, as well as a table number. So students have received a map, and I've attached it to this email so that you can see where your table is located in the room. So if you'll keep your agency name and table number present on your table, that is helpful for the students to sort of navigate through the room. I also hope that at some point, if you get there and get set up early or towards the end of the day when it's not as busy, that you'll walk around and talk to the other agencies and other social workers who will be in attendance. In terms of what we'll be providing for food, there will be a coffee and hot tea station that will be available. There will be 2 bottles of water provided by our alumni director, Ann Lieberman, on each table. And then we'll have a box lunch from Jason's Deli. The box lunches will be set up in the Space City room, which will be out, if you're facing looking towards the stage in the Houston room, out the right side of that room is a smaller room that is called Space City. That's where we'll set up the box lunches. So hopefully they'll be set up by 11. So anytime between 11 and 1, you can go in there and grab a box lunch and take it back to your table, or you can alternate if you've got a couple of people going in and out of that room. We'll also have sodas available and some additional water in the room that will be provided to agency representatives. There's also a lot of food options on campus, so if you're not jazzed about a Jason's box lunch, then you're welcome to step out in the Student Center. On the floor below us is a Chick-fil-A, McDonald's, Panda Express, Freshies. There's also on the very bottom floor of the Student Center a Starbucks so that you can get coffee if you decide to. U of H also has an open wireless network, so when you're at the event, you'll be able to connect to that without any sort of password. So there's an open wireless network that you'll be able to access when you're in the Houston room. There will be a packet of information that will be on your table. We'll also put name tags on your table. The way we're going to try and do sign-in for agencies this year is that once you arrive, someone will just take you straight to your table. So there'll be a packet of information and name tags there, so you won't have to check in at the ticket booth or stand in line. Hopefully we'll have enough volunteers that they can get you to where your table is, and I've also attached a map, so if you want to just head in and get to your table, there will be the name of your agency and a table number visible when you arrive. So there's also will be a packet on your table and that I've attached here that's got a placement timeline, a sample interview sign-up sheet, a sample preference form, and then a brief curriculum overview. So if there's information that you want to know about the changes in our curriculum, we'll email out the preference forms next month. So this one, you don't have to keep this one and use it, but I wanted you to see what the preference forms looks like if you haven't used one before. And then if you forget to bring an interview sign-up sheet, there is a blank one that will be provided. And then the placement timeline is below the black box on the screen. What you'll do at Marketplace is schedule interviews that will take place in the month of March. And then we hope you'll complete your interviews by Friday, March 30th. Then your agency can decide who you feel like is a good fit and who's not a good fit. You'll complete the preference form and send it back to us by Wednesday, April 4th. Once we receive all agency and student preference forms, we'll go through a matching process for the students, and then as soon as the matching process is sort of completed, then we will release information. It will be no later than June 1st, but we target and try to have that information out at the beginning of May. Just depends on if we get all the information and pieces of information that we need. A couple of side notes about the students that will be attending. I anticipate about 150 students will be coming to Marketplace. Our student population has changed in terms of having a pretty high number of hybrid students that are working and maybe asking about evening and weekend hours. I continue to tell them that it's hard to find an agency that has exclusively evening and weekend hours, but most of them are working professionals and they'll be trying to balance sort of continuing to work in a professional capacity and then also fitting in an educational opportunity and field. So just be prepared for that question and figure out if your agency can offer any evening and weekend hours, or if that isn't what your agency can provide, that you're clear about that when you're talking to the students. We also tell them it's a good idea to bring their resumes to Marketplace, but the agencies may or may not accept them. You may ask them to save them and bring them to the interview, or you can accept resumes if you'd like to keep notes or keep track of the students who you've interacted with. Okay, so this event is open house style for the students, so you will be there set up from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. So students will be coming in. Most students sign in before noon and are there, but a couple of students will be coming over from work or have other obligations, so they might not arrive until noon or afterwards. So we appreciate you staying until 2 o'clock. All right, we look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Let me know if you've got any questions. Thanks.